influence is such a major drug to people. It's in every day of our lives and how we engage with most of our relationships and how we want to be seen as people in the modern age. It seems like every day there's always this big brands, this big names, this big people that enforce the communities, the groups, and the cultures of individuals to act a certain way, to be a part of something. I think that's essentially what the need for influence is to feel a part of something, to feel engaged in a group, to feel a sense of purpose and a sense of self. It's an interesting phenomenon, but I think it's inherently human. Even then, I think it started back in the Stone Age era where people had to commune with people, need to fit in by their standards and stuff, but it usually was just about social things. But as time went on, this influence has been ingrained in societies. Can even go as far as the clothes we wear, as the people we listen to, as the music we hear, as the movies we watch. It's like it cultivates certain groups of people along the way. It's strange. It's actually strange how we let up upon this, But yeah, it's a wild thing to view nowadays, especially. But then, I think influence in general is not a thing that's inherently negative. I think it just depends on the intention. But then, even then, not a lot of people have power upon the influence, especially how they affect people who aren't that aware of how they're being influenced in the first place. It's kind of strange, but people don't realize how easily manipulated they are, even when they're unaware. They're just these small things that can change a person. These small, subtle things that are usually are ignored, that are usually taken away, that are usually not paid attention to, that could actually influence a person piece by piece in their everyday lives when they're not realizing it. It can come from the people you look up to. At first, you might think that they just look cool, or they might have something that you want out of life, But then there are also some traits that you are not even paying attention to that can actually negatively affect you. Some unforeseen problems that a lot of people are not really seeing within these people. It's bizarre. It's bizarre, And worst case scenario is when the wrong people have the power to influence. Not a lot of people have power to control on who gets the right to have the attention and the capability to influence other people, but a lot of people are powerless to it. There is not really a control of the culture. It just happens naturally and chaotically, and it just feeds off of what is lacking in that community and what is needed. People need leaders to lead them to a path. Whether right or wrong depends on what the society does about it. Sometimes this does warrant a behavior that is generated and accepted, and that's mostly comes from the flaws. The wrong people can be given power when it's in the right circumstances and in the right environment. It all depends on what the people values at the current moment, and influence in and of itself is not inherently evil, but then it's what's happening around it and the type of encouragement that it does, its effects, that is the problem. Because you can influence somebody to do good, but at the same time you can influence somebody to do evil. And depending on some communities, it can be detrimental. A lot of people kind of mistake influences as an inherently good thing. It's not. It's not inherently good, it's not inherently evil. It truly depends on the person who's doing it and their full intentions to do it. Some people don't even care if they're influencing on others. They just focus on themselves and their gratification and the income that they get from it. They just focus on the benefits and not the actual effects of it. And it's, in conclusion, influence is just a complicated spectrum where people can develop into better people in the long run through the right influences. But then if you give this control to the wrong type of people, it can lead to consequences and bad things happening out of that control. And that's mostly it. That's the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for paying attention. This is just an experimental work. I appreciate the algorithm for catching up to this video, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. This is Pretentious Juice signing out. Godspeed.